guys, it's Cindy here, and we're back with another episode of Know Your Worth TV. March is Women's History Month, so I'll be highlighting a few remarkable women. Our featured guest is a very good friend of mine. Kush is going to share some of her stories and inspirations. Hi everybody, it's Cindy here. I'm with my homegirl Kush. She is a high frequency Forex trader, investor, entrepreneur, and a great friend. So Kush, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Cindy, for that. Yes, my name is Kush. I am a Forex trader, an entrepreneur, and an investor in the Forex space. And I empower, educate, and impact lives all around the world. I actually am part of an educational platform that I share with all my close friends and families and just people in general who are looking for time and money freedom. I basically teach people how to fire their bosses and hire their phones, because that's the generation we're living in, right? Yeah. We're in 2021, and if you're not using your smartphone to make money, then me and you need to have a conversation. So that's what I do.
So Kush, being that we're in the city of dreams, New York City, what woman has inspired you the most?
Kalpana Chawla is the woman that's inspired me. When I think of her, I think of having no limits to dreams. I was 15 years old when I first found out about her. She's a former astronaut. Not only is she the first Indian female to go out into space, she's also a woman, an Indian woman in aviation that's inspired me to pursue my dreams and my goals. So everything that I've done, going to school, learning how to fix airplanes or learning how to fly, or anything in aviation, or even traveling to different countries, picking up and just moving and exploring and doing everything, I've done it because she's inspired me to a point where there is no caps and no limits to dreaming. Like, anything is possible. My dream was to go outer space, to work for NASA after I learned how to fix, that was my goal, is to go work in NASA. I was working towards that, but things have changed, and I still chase my dreams till today. Anything that I want to do from my heart, I just go after it. I just do it. So yeah, Kalpana Chawla.
So Kush, how do you plan on inspiring future generations of women?
I simply want to inspire women just by being authentic and living my life out, and by example, just sharing that there's somebody out there, there's another Kush out there that's being inspired by all of the stories that I post, all of the things that I'm doing, just living my life, just being me, just being authentic, just being true, living my life and living it on purpose, intentionally on what I was created to be living. I would just say going after my dreams, chasing my dreams, not having any caps is what I would hope to inspire other women by.
Thank you. Having no limits. Thank you again, Kush, for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
I also have some pretty dope women in my family, so I saved a spot for my sister and cousin.
Hello everyone, my name is Genesis, and I am honored to be part of Know Your Worth podcast this month for Women's History Month. Thank you, Cindy, that you thought of me and that you thought that I'd be a good match for this month's episode and to tell my story. So let's just start with women in general. I believe women are so powerful. They create lives, they raise children, they're part of the future, they are now breadwinners, are climbing all types of ladders, and are reaching unmeasurable success. And I'm so happy that women are finally getting the recognition that they deserve, and most importantly, a month dedicated to them and their hard work. So I just want to applaud all the women who are mothers, full-time mothers, who work full-time and are mothers as well. I think the job that we do is unmatched, and no words can really explain everything a woman does. So kudos to you all. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Genesis, and I've been doing recruitment for human resources for About 6 years, but recruitment in general for over 10 years. I started in a home care agency and I started as a receptionist. Then I slowly worked my way up the ladder. And I can say that in a span of 10 years, I've hired over 2,000 people. And what does that really mean to me? It means a lot because I know that I haven't only changed the lives of the 2,000 people that I've hired, I've impacted over 2,000 families as well. Just think about the breadwinner in your home. What does that mean? That means providing a roof over someone's head, bringing in food, bringing in the bacon and making sure that people survive, people's survival skills, their livelihood. So I feel so honored and so privileged to be able to offer people jobs. And this has been something that started off as a receptionist. I did not go to school. I never thought in a million years that what I would do would be giving jobs. But how lucky am I that I get to impact someone's life and their family's lives. So as a mother and as a person, I am a woman who has a child. So I do have a daughter. I am a wife as well, and I am a career woman. So just juggling all of these different things have its challenges. And then of course, besides those things that I've mentioned, which have a challenge in itself, then we have social pressures like social media. We have these standards that we want to live up to, these standards that a standard of beauty, a standard of how far you should be in life, how accomplished you are. I feel that overall I've been very successful. I do take that my mother being a woman into consideration, all of the hard work that she put in to get me where I am, and I wanted to make her proud, and I think that I've done that. This year was able to purchase my first home. I am under 30 years old. I was able to purchase my first home, which is a very big accomplishment for me. I've married my high school sweetheart. We've been together since I was 17. So, I mean, it's been over 13 years. Just battling it out with the same partner. It's difficult. I mean, and anyone can attest to long relationships are very difficult. So I'm very proud of that as well. And then I'm raising what I believe to be the most beautiful and sweet daughter. And I feel just completely blessed and favored. But I have to say that a lot of it is more my hard work and dedication. I don't take no for an answer. I try to be the hardest working person in the room. And my mom always told me, whatever you do, make sure that you do it to your best ability. So for example, if you are a janitor and you broom floors for a living or you wax floors for a living, be the best janitor you can be. And I've applied this to everything I've done. So I try to be the best at whatever I do and try to bring integrity to what I do. Cindy, again, I just want to say thank you for thinking of me and for allowing me to be part of such a beautiful episode. The worth of a woman in itself, it's just the most valuable, most wonderful thing.
I also picked 5 of my favorite women in history.
Hey guys, it's Cindy here, and this is Women History Month. In addition to all the great interviews in this episode, we're going to highlight 5 phenomenal women that have truly made their mark in women's history. Vice President Kamala Harris made history this past January when she was sworn in and became the first ever minority woman Vice President of the United States of America. She's inspiring to many young ladies across the world, showing us that we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. The late, great Selena was a music icon. The queen of Tejano music was one of the most celebrated entertainers of the late 20th century. Before having her life taken away from her, she was named the top-selling Latin artist of 1990s. Serena Williams is a legend, the greatest female tennis player of all time. She has the most Grand Slam wins in the Open era and is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. J.K. Rowling is most known for writing one of the biggest book series ever, Harry Potter. It was this fan favorite that not only led to the Harry Potter movie series, which grossed over $7 billion. In 2004, Forbes named Rowling the first person to become a billionaire through writing books. Susan B. Anthony was an American social reformer and a women's rights activist. It was her work that helped to pave the way for the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, which ultimately gave women the right to vote.
This past year, COVID changed the world, but our frontline workers really stepped it up. And that's why we sat down with the nursing team. Hi everybody, I'm here with Ada. Hey Ada. Hi. Hey girlie.
I've been a nurse for 21 years now, and I've been at this place also for 21 years. I progressed through the stages from charge nurse to assistant head nurse, and now a nursing supervisor, and now I'm doing infection control, infection prevention and control preventionist, and that's what I do.
How has that experience been for you? Since the beginning of COVID, you've been here day in and out. So how has that been for you?
Well, overall, the change from being on the unit to being a supervisor was, already straining a little bit, but I loved it and I was willing to learn and progress in my career, and then COVID hits. So it was, everything was new.
Yes.
From being on the unit to supervisor, it's just a step up. You already know what's behind, so
yes.
You know what you got to do. You just got to follow and make sure that everything's running the same way as when I was on the unit.
Yes.
But now that COVID hits, everything is new. Protocols, guidelines, PPE, keeping track, and very sad. Very sad to see a lot of people die. A lot of friends, family, our own, even staff and our beloved, residents.
Yes.
And it continues to be overwhelming, although, I think we have a better hang on how to do things now. Hard to see families not see their loved ones,
Yes.
Even in my personal life, we had to stay away from my parents who are elderly and have comorbidities. Yes. To keep them safe. We went from them doing everything on their own to us buying their groceries, taking it to their house, and not seeing them only by the phone or by the window. Mm-hmm. And so it's understandable how our family members feel, with their own family members here that reside here at our facility.
Yes, and thank you for sharing. It must be definitely overwhelming having especially this title or this position, and and you having your own personal doubts and fears, and coming in and doing what you do and serving as a role model. So thank you for that. What advice would you give women looking up to you and saying, hey, I want to do what she does one day?
I would say you have to definitely work hard, love what you do,
okay,
and also help others, so you could also have their support. You have to respect others in the field, your co-workers. You have to be a team player. That's a major part, because without the support of people like you, and other co-workers around us, our director of nursing, everyone here from the administrators down, I couldn't function, especially being in a new field. I've been guided. Yes. So it's great. You have to be a team player, work hard. Nothing comes easy, unfortunately. Mm-mm. Even in school. So yes, this is what I would say. Go for it, love it, and nourish it.
Nourish it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on the show. Hi guys, how are you? I'm here with some powerful women that have been working in the front lines during the pandemic.
Hi, my name is Jayan Laval.
Jade?
Jay Laval, yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How long you been working here?
For about a month, I've been working here, swabbing patients and employees from Isabella Nursing Home, making sure everybody's staying safe and negative.
And negative. Perfect. How do you stay safe from COVID, being that you're swabbing everybody every day?
Well, we're provided PPE like glasses, our masks, our gowns to make sure that not only we're staying safe, but also the people that we're swabbing and our patients are staying safe as well.
Okay, so your PPE protects you from obviously staying safe and not contracting COVID.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for the service. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Miss Ingrid.
Hi.
Hello.
She has been working swabbing for the COVID-19 at a nursing home, and she feels, we're gonna see how she feels. ¿Cómo te sientes?
I feel great actually doing this so far.
Okay.
Since I've been doing it from December, it's been, I don't know, great. I've been grateful to do this because I feel like I'm doing,
Helping?
Helping others, contributing to the community as well.
Contributing to the community. Thank you. And it must take a lot for you to come out and test people so often. Is that something you saw yourself doing? Were you a little bit scared about it, or is this something you just wanted to go do it right away?
Well, scared about it now because I knew that we will be all protected. We have to just follow the guidance, the viral guidance about protecting yourself all the time, washing your hands, using sanitizer. So it's basically up to each of us to protect yourself. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's very tough doing what you do. So, for the Women History Month, we want to give a shout out to a lot of women that are powerful and that are going out there every day despite the COVID and getting things done. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ingrid.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Andrea. Everybody calls me Drea. I was born in Dominican Republic, and my family and I immigrated to the Bronx, New York in the United States when I was very young. I graduated from St. John's University. I have a criminal justice degree. I was the first in my family to receive a bachelor's degree. I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina about 8 years ago to work more closely related to my criminal justice major. So I found a job as a financial crime specialist, and I've been moving up every year. I'm currently a senior internal investigator for a bank. And what that means is I would receive an allegation about misconduct or suspicious activity of the bank's employee and figure out who, what, where, why, and how. Also, my passion is music. I love music, all types, genres, old school, new school, Spanish, Portuguese. It doesn't matter. In my spare time, as a little girl, I used to read a lot of books. I was like an undercover nerd, or maybe not so undercover, but I read a lot of books. I wrote a lot of poems and stories, and I asked a lot of questions, and I wrote them down. And instead of verbalizing it and kind of like having those discussions, unless it was a one-on-one with like a friend, but I've learned to be able to write down, my thoughts or what I'm going through into music. I like to find beats and just be creative and like be in that world. So sometimes I can freestyle a little bit. If you pick a topic, let's talk about blue, and I'll try to freestyle using blue. I do that with the kids a lot. They actually really love it. It boosts their self-esteem as well, and it makes them more confident with public speaking. I'm also an up-and-coming, I guess you can say, fashionista in a way. I really like fashion. I think the first impression is very important, and so me being a plus size woman, I'm 6 feet tall, I'm a 3X, I'm a size 12 in shoes, and it's very hard for me to find what I want to be my style in a regular store. Most stores don't have plus sizes, and so I have to go to a specific plus size store or shop online, which is a little bit harder because depending on the material, you don't know if it's going to fit you. So there's a lot of returns or exchanges that you have to do when you're shopping online. So my goal in my end of year goal for 2021 is to definitely be able to promote diversity. And I know when we think about diversity and embracing diversity, we think about race or we think about gender, but I think it's very important to also think about size, you know, petite to BBW or supersized BBW is very important. We're part of this too, right? And most women end up a little bit bigger than they turned out to be when they were younger. Naturally, we're holding these babies and giving birth, and so I'm hoping I can start something where everyone is more welcoming and embraces us more, and more stores will be able to, you know, just have more items for us and more options, so we can kind of, through our style, show who our personality types are. So the type of woman that I aspire to be, I think I already am. I've always wanted to be very independent. I've always wanted to be able to take care of myself. I remember as a little girl, my dad, he was on the strict side, but I think it ended up being a good thing, especially growing up in the Bronx and not from this country. We just had a different culture and a different view on values. And so through my dad, I learned, you know, you always make sure no matter where you are, you know how to get home on your own. And I felt I've taken that with me even in my adult years. So the woman that I look up to in history is actually the first federal Supreme Court Justice, and that's Sandra Day O'Connor. She was elected under the Reagan administration. I think that's such an important role because normally justices serve for their lifetime, and I believe she served for about 25 years, and so she was part of making very important decisions that affected millions of Americans for future generations. So there are two women that has inspired me and have motivated me in my life. One I have never met. I love Judge Judy. There's a theme going on here, right? But I really love Judge Judy. I think she's very straightforward. She's no nonsense. And she's funny at the same time, even though she's super serious. I love her saying, like, they don't keep me up here because I'm beautiful. They keep me up here because I'm smart. And the other woman that has inspired me in my life is my mother, of course. My mother, Sonaida. And my mother has inspired me because she's just an awesome person. I think everyone in my family, she has 5 other brothers and sisters. She has about 20 aunts and uncles. And everyone is just in awe and in love, I'm gonna say, with my mother as much as I am. Even though my mom did not finish high school, she's super smart, super intelligent, and my mother has taught me what the Board of Education never did. And she basically taught me the importance of bills, how to pay your bills, how to write a check, what is credit, how to build credit, and how important it is for the rest of your life. And thank you, Mommy. Homeowner. So the message that I would give myself as a young child, I think, would be to take more risk, not to be so timid and afraid. I think because I grew up, you know, I was the biggest in the class, I was the tallest in the class, my sister was a model. I had this like fear somehow, like, well, I don't look like them, I don't look like her, and they're not going to see me the same way, right? So I think those are things that I have, and I think our generation, the millennials, have tried to force into society a little bit, right? Be more accepting of others. And I think I would just tell myself as a child, you know, it's okay for you to think this way and say these things, and you don't have to be like them because you are Drea. I would like to give a real big shout out and thank you to Cindy Martinez, Know Your Worth Podcast presents Women History Month for allowing me to share a little bit of my work with you. Please follow me at SpanishFlyBX06 on Instagram.
The empty space inside my closet is for sale. Never knew how much these hangers feel like hell. Wire hangers have me feeling mad at dirt.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Empty space in my closet.